Hey ballerinos! As most of you will know, I have just finished my first year of university. I came out of it with a 2-1. I'm quite happy with that. I am doing a bioveterinary sciences degree at the University of Liverpool and I love it. But I am also a YouTube scumbag, and as we all must, here is a video, 5 things that you need to know if you're starting university this year. Now, a lot of you will be starting university in September, October time, depending on where you are. Some countries I think are earlier, but this is very UK based because that's what I know about. Some of you may already know if you're in. Most of you, I imagine, will still be waiting on your results. If that's the case, good luck. I hope you do well. I'm sure you'll do great. The waiting is worse than the reveal, in my honest opinion, and that's coming from someone who didn't get into university first time round. So you'll be fine, I promise. Okay, number 1. Sounds really fucking obvious, but actually do your work. Actually go to your lectures. You're paying in my case the government, are paying £9,000 a year, possibly more, in order to do this course. Don't waste it, just do it. It's really great, honestly. Don't get me wrong, I've missed a couple of lectures. I am not a perfect student, but it helps if you can do a subject you love. If you are doing something you enjoy, you will be much more motivated to get out there and go to things. And I'm not saying you're going to love every single lecture you go to. You're not going to love every single module you do. I know there were a couple I hated this year. Biochemical methods. It's okay. No one is going to like them all. It's okay. You're not on the wrong course because there's one module you don't like. Try and make yourself go to them. There was one module I had this year where you could get 20% of your grade just by turning up, and so many people just didn't turn up, and I was like, this is an easy grade. So yeah, do your work. I know there's so much happening when you first move away and there's so much going on around you. Honestly, my uni at least gave us a solid few weeks to get our heads together before there were any deadlines or anything particularly important. But at some point, you are going to have to get your head down, and it's probably better to do it sooner rather than later. Number 2, I know a lot of people worry about meeting friends at uni. You'll meet people. You just will. You will meet them maybe in your halls, you'll meet them in societies, you'll meet them in lectures. I have made wonderful friends who I just chatted to in lectures, who I love spending time with. I have made friends through a bunch of the societies I've joined just by chatting to them at events. I did, however, have the added bonus of knowing someone when I moved here. If you do know someone when you move here, capitalise on it. Ask them to invite you to a party before the rest of the freshers get there, okay? It helps. Number 3, societies. This pretty much leads on from the last point. Try as many as you can. Like I say, the first few weeks they tend to be quite kind to freshers. So go to all the first meetings of anything that piques your interest, unless they clash, obviously. Because normally the first few meetings are free anyway. They don't expect you to join without trying something first. So turn up, try it out, see what you think. Maybe you hate it and you'll never go back, and that's fine. Nobody expects everyone who turns up at their first event of the year to stick about all year. I know there were loads of us at our first reenactment thing, and that very rapidly depleted to probably about 5 of us being new, because it was the thing that we had enjoyed the most, whereas those are the people probably found something else to throw themselves into. But there will be something, and that's the key point. So you'll probably never have this much freedom again. As someone who didn't go to uni originally and went to work, I would never have had a chance to try any of the things I do in these societies while working. And first year, in the UK at least, most unis you need to pass, and that's it, unless you're doing like medicine or something. In which case, good luck to you. 40% you can probably get whilst throwing yourself into something. And maybe you'll carry on with it in years 2 and 3, maybe it'll be too much then. But if this is the most freedom you're ever going to have, use it. Do everything, try everything. You'll make friends, you'll have fun, you'll go to socials. It's one of the best things about university. So just do it. In the words of Shia LaBeouf. 4, alcohol and drinking. Now, I was 21 when I came to university. Drinking age here is 18. I had been drinking for quite a while. I've been drinking before that, but let's not get into that. I probably knew more about drinking than a lot of the freshers here did. So, a few things. If you want to, do it. If you're not bothered, don't have to. But honestly, I've don't think I've ever felt strongly pushed into things. One thing Pep said to me was always have a soft drink in your hand, because then you feel like you're involved and not just like sort of stood there with the water. But again, if you want to be stood there with the water, do it. Well, in general anyway, but also especially if you're not used to drinking, be with friends. They'll be able to look out for you. Sometimes you need someone to carry you home. It happens. We've all been there. Make sure you're with someone who'll make sure you get home safe. It's very important. And number 3 is much less fun. People will try and spike people on nights out. It's happened to a few of my friends, it's happened to me. If you're on a night out and you'll have a bottle, put your thumb over the top. If people are drinking out of glasses, that's fine, but try and keep an eye on your friends' drink if they're looking away, and try and encourage your friends to do the same to you. These things do happen. If it happens, don't feel responsible, but if you can do something to make yourself a bit safer, do. Number 5, money. As someone with no money and lots of debt, I am the worst person in the world to talk to you about this, but I'm sure it's fine. So, part 1, budget. Budgeting is very important. Just write down everything you'll pay. If you're in halls, then you probably won't have any other bills. So just write down how much your halls are going to be, write down how much your food's going to be, and then you can work out what you've got left over. I know for a lot of you, your halls may be more than your student loan. If that's the case, and there's a way for you to do it, try and establish what other money you can have coming in. If you already work and can get a transfer because you're with a company, do that. Try and establish how many hours they'll be able to give you or you'll be able to manage. If your parents are giving you money, try and find out how much they're giving you. I don't know your financial situation. I can't comment. There will be a way for you to budget within reason. Overdrafts. Overdrafts are wonderful things and awful things. Of course, at some point you'll have to pay it off or pay fees on it. Now, I had an overdraft before being a student, so I've paid fees on an overdraft, so that's a much less scary concept for me than it may be for some of you. But I know a lot of people worry so much about just slipping into their planned overdraft. Don't. Just don't. It's not a disaster. Use your overdraft. That's what it's there for. If you're not getting enough money to live, then just eat into it a bit. Most of the places will give you at least a year after you graduate to get some money back into it, and fees are probably less astronomical than you think they are. Obviously try not to push it to its limit, but if it's an option of not eating or going into your overdraft, eat. Halls are a rip-off. I know halls are a rip-off. I live in my own house and I'm paying a tiny bit more than my friends paid in halls, and those were like asbestos-filled prison cells. And I split this with my partner. And there you have it, 5 simple ways to make a university experience work for you. I hope that you guys all get in. I hope you have a great time there. Let me know how it's going in the comments, or just let me know if you get in. I'm so excited for all of you. You're gonna have a great time. I'll see you guys later. Bye. Hello. I've just finished filming. You timed that.